So now we will continue with editing the Joomla template site. And so we're here in the control panel of the back end, and we'll launch the front end. This is what the public sees. So we're going to edit what this text says, and we're going to edit this image in the background. So in our control panel, we edit that by going to modules, because this entire space here, all of this information, is one module. And this one module actually holds 4 different pieces of content pairs. So this is on the first one that's highlighted. The second one will be this, third and fourth. And these backgrounds are just dummy backgrounds. They can be 4 different images. So we'll work on this first one. We'll go to the control panel, extensions, modules. Now when we come to modules, we'll see all of the modules that are in this template. We'll eventually come across some that are disabled. And so to get to that more quickly, we click on this down arrow for search tools, and we can set our status. We can go to unpublished modules to see what is not published, and we only have 2 on this template. What this means is this information is all set up, but it's not published for the public. Sometimes you want to do this if there is a default module that comes with a template and you like how it's set up so that you don't have to do things from scratch, but you don't need the public to see it. So you may keep it unpublished and work with a copy of it. Or you may not have need for it at this time, but maybe in the future you will, so you leave it unpublished. We're of course going to work with the published content, but now how do you sift through all of these modules to get to the one that we really need? And so there are a couple things that we will do. If we go back to the front end, I can tell you that this type of module is a rock sprocket, mainly because I'm familiar with the layout. It has these types of thumbnails, a background, and text in this format. As you become familiar with Joomla templates, you'll be able to identify what types they are. Another really common type is the custom HTML, in which it is developed with a WYSIWYG editor, just like working in a word processor, and there are no constraints as to where things are. However, it is not as easy to simply have backgrounds that work in formatted space the way this does, and that links and can causes transitions like this. It's a more primitive, simple module type. So since we know this is a rock sprocket, then the next thing we need to figure out is what's its name. One of the things to know about templates, specifically from Rocket Theme, is they go with a naming convention of FP. FP is front page. So for the type FP in here, and so we hit search, and only the ones with the FP naming convention show up. Still, we know that our modules are rock sprocket, so from our type, we select rock sprocket module. And so now, these are the only rock sprocket modules that are on the front page. If we go back to the front page and we scroll, we will see there's lots of interesting content, and a few of these are rock sprocket modules. I have done the homework, and I've been able to figure out that this is the one on top. So now we're going to edit that module by clicking into it. And the first thing we'll do is we'll look at what do we have. We have 4 items in this module, which correspond to the 4 items in this module. So to edit the first one, if we look at what it says, a new form for the latest news. A new form for the latest news. Okay, and so now we simply click in here. We're going to edit this. And then we simply click save. And we come back here and we refresh. And that's that. Now, that was boring and easy. So let's do something more interesting. Let's change the image. So we're going to change the image that's here. You see the dummy image. We want to make it into something interesting. So we click on Select Image, Rocket Launcher, Home. Look at the very bottom of the screen, above the application icons. You see this long path. It's the complete path to this folder. And all you want to focus on is where it says FP Rock Sprocket Stories. And so that tells you this is the folder we want to work in. These are the dummy images. And we want to upload an image to replace them. So to upload, we have to get this outer scroll bar down and browse in the computer for an image. Now this is the image that we're going to work with, but now I want to take a little time to show you how we figure out how to make the image the right size. So I've gone into the Adobe Bridge and I've navigated to the images that we downloaded from the template, and this is downloaded to my local hard drive, and this is the images folder that corresponds to what we have on the FTP server, on the web server. And so let's get down to Rocket Launcher, Home. This low resolution is a little bit difficult to work with. And so we'll scroll to this one, Stories. And so we have that dummy image that we saw in the first part of our template module on the home page. This is the background, the dummy background that we saw. So if we double click on this and open it in Photoshop, and so we see that this image is 1200 by 400, and I'm going to replace it with an image which is an entirely different size. This image is quite huge. It's from Adobe stock. They only deliver high resolution images. And so I'm going to first make it 1200. And this is because it's highly advised that when you edit the template sites, that you replace the dummy images with good images of the same size and same resolution. So I'm going to drag that image over this one, and obviously it's much taller, so I'll just find a segment of the image that I like, and I'm going to flatten that. Then I'm going to save it as, and because I flattened over the other image, it keeps me in this folder, and this is the name I'm going to give it. I'm just getting rid of the original that was resized, and I'm going to get back into here, and we can see that that image is here. So the whole purpose of being in Bridge is only to be able to manage your images. You're not going to actually do anything to the site here, but this is where we were able to find the image that we're going to replace and make a proper image that we'll be replacing it with. So back here in the template, working in the back end, we want to browse to there, and we want to get the new image that we made. So just double click on that. Then we have to upload it. It's not uploaded yet, it's only selected. And then we select the image that we just uploaded and click insert. And now back in the item in this module, item 1, if we just hover over this, we can see the images there. So we click save. And when we go to the front end and we refresh the browser, we see our new image is not only in the background but updated the thumbnail as well. And so that's how you change your content in your template to make it your own content.